Doo-ba-doo. Cranking her up today?
Huh?
You gonna crank her up today?
Probably not. We do the dark fiber optics, and so everything before they put any active signal over it, we have to pull one of these small cables into the tower and then test it out back to the hub to make sure everything's up to spec as far as the fiber itself goes.
Like fiber optic works great. I don't know why they need these. So this is 5G. Is this different than other things? Because I've never seen a pole like this. I mean, it's got its own meter and everything, you know?
Yeah, and so that's just, it's all through XL. This one's for AT&T.
Right.
But pretty much the easement is all through XL Energy. And Verizon and AT&T both have these same towers all over Denver. You're gonna see it, and it is for the eventual rollout of 5G, and it's just because their coverage has to be so dense. Pretty much the towers have to be much more frequent, and like these will be every couple blocks. You'll see them,
right?
And it'll be one this block, one the next block, and it's all for AT&T or Verizon, and so.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I don't know. It's like, because 5G doesn't really go into your house or through things, right? I mean, it's basically line of sight only, isn't it? Or
it should.
The frequency range is what? Like, what's this going to be put out? Like 60 gigahertz to 100 gigahertz?
I honestly don't know much about the broadcast equipment end of things. Like, it's all contractors, and so everybody just gets their own little piece that they focus on.
Right.
Pretty much, and so as far as the tower stuff itself, sounds like you might know more about it than I do, because I don't really know much as far as like the frequencies that it's putting out or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
I just know that
I talked to a guy last night. I don't know. He's like a supervisor guy. He was out here about 10 o'clock in a trailer and stuff, and he just pretty much lied right to my face and said it's not 5G.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, so this when's the 5G, going on? And he's like, this is not 5G. And I was like, what are you putting in brand new 4G towers? I don't think so. Yeah, he just told me that right to my face, and I kind of laughed. But
he might not know is the thing.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Who knows, man? I feel like that's what this whole push is of all these small cells is pretty much for 5G. It might be a while before it's putting out 4G before
right.
It eventually ramps up to 5G. But
the technology is 5.
That's exactly right. The infrastructure is all designed to eventually get to 5G, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then 6, and then 7.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just,
considering we both do this for a living, and Austin and I are kind of, I don't know, we're just kind of like people in their damn phones.
Oh, I know, right?
I went 3 years without internet or TV.
Yeah. That's what I want to ask him. I want to be like, so where are all the piles of letters of people demanding 5G? Like, who's doing that? It's a post-demand economy,
and I don't think there's that many people demanding it. I think it's just all trying to advertise, our network is this fast and their network is this slow. And
yeah.
Look, come pay us a bunch of money because ours is better than theirs.
Wait till you see your pornos after we Yeah. I live right across the street, so I'm like, damn, that thing's like pointing at my bedroom. Fuck.
I know, dude. And that's the thing is like,
they got some trees. I got a couple trees.
Yeah, we get that a lot. It's just because they're pretty much, and you're lucky. I've seen them where this is your, maybe not your house, but this is your yard right here. And
Right.
it's like literally right in the easement in front of your house where they put like, they'll put the tower right,
right
in your shit pretty much, like where I pulled up to one this day and older guy comes out, says, "Oh, you gotta get this thing the hell out of here." He's like, "Tear this fucking thing out of here because it's on my property or something." And I didn't know if he was serious. And I was like, I kind of looked at him, I wasn't sure if he was just razzing me and then I was like, oh shit, he's actually kind of pissed off. And,
yeah,
like,
you guys got to be careful. I mean, you know.
And so then it was just like, I just kind of told him what I told you, where we're just a contractor.
Right.
Like, I don't own this thing. I have as much authority to tear this thing out of the ground as you do, probably less, because they
know you.
They know me. Exactly. And so, like, I just kind of told him, like, well, if you feel like the tower's on your property, I know that that's all done through XL Energy, and the tower is for AT&T, and so those are the people who you're gonna have the best luck reaching out to those people.
Right.
Because I truly don't have the authority to do anything.
Yeah, you're like, see this vest I'm wearing, and
yeah, exactly.
You want a guy in a tie and a suit.
Yeah, exactly. He has a clipboard and he's taking pictures, and yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys gotta take the brunt out here.
Well, and you know, I commiserate. I like imagine if it was my house that they're putting this shit right in front of, and it's just kind of like, it's frustrating for people, and so it's just kind of one of those things where I don't even know I don't know
right.
what anybody can do about it.
Well,
it's like one of those things where
it's hard.
say
People,
you,
there's some success stories out there, but it's
right.
a pitch, man.
Yeah, you're gonna end up in a legal battle against AT&T or fucking
right.
companies that have way more money than I do, at least. And they're just gonna plead me out in court, even if I am in the right.
Exactly. That's how they do it. They're like, oh, well, if you want to spend the next 20 years in court, we're cool with that.
Exactly.
We got a whole building full of lawyers sitting around waiting for it.
They're on retainer. How
right.
about your lawyer? Is he?
Oh, he wants $300 an hour. It's like, well, you're fucked.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know, I painted my bedroom with some radiation shield paint. Shit's expensive.
Good.
I mean, if you want something that works, you got to shell out some dough. And I was like, fuck it. But I've been sleeping better. It's weird. Like, I'll see after this thing goes down.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say, like, yeah, do it, you know, because, I mean, it's crazy. Down here, we're such a low spot. You know, probably one of the better spots in the town, you know, as far as that stuff goes, RF, you know.
Okay.
Because even, like, if I'm working in my basement, my phone only gets, like, 2 bars, you know, which I take as a good thing, kind of,
right.
You know. But we'll see. I'm Verizon, so.
You're Verizon, all right. Yeah, Verizon has the best network. I'm
yeah.
happy. I work on all of them, and Verizon has their shit together the most. Like,
right.
They have the most of these
fiber
small
optics.
cell towers, and that's what all these are called, is small cells.
Yeah, that's what he told me last night. He was just like, that's just a small cell. I'm like, boy, that's some small cell. Like,
what did he look like?
He was in a big truck. He had like a trailer that was kind of like, you know, had windows in it. He had lights on it. He pulled up and they were flashing, and he was kind of I don't know, he was in his truck, but maybe like a sandy blonde kind of guy.
Yeah, it sounds like TJ.
TJ?
Yeah. TJ's good people.
Yeah, he seemed like a nice guy. It was,
yeah.
You know, I was just asking. I was like, when's this guy going on, you know? But I did ask him if it was 5G, and he said no. So I was like, well.
nobody really fucking knows is what it comes down to. Everybody's just like
Compartmentalized out the
it's
ass.
so compartmentalized. Like the left hand does not speak to the right hand.
If I was not intelligent throughout this, we wouldn't be able to do this one.
Matt had it.
That fiber optic's cool, man. I had DSL and I went to fiber optic and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
man. It was
it's
like,
pretty amazing.
and it's cool. It's underground. It's not flying through the air.
Right.
But I guess
It's pretty fascinating stuff. Like
Yeah,
how these work is it'll actually split a single fiber will get split up to 32 different times, and so it'll hit a prism, and so you'll have it pretty much it'll hit a prism at either end of where you're trying to get data, and they can split the pulses of light into different wavelengths, and so it can send up to 32 different separate signals. And so the fiber to home stuff is pretty interesting because you'll have a lot of different signals going across a single fiber pretty much, and it's just kind of interesting.
right? Yeah, it's funky stuff. Cool. Well,
Humans are crazy with their technology. is what
right?
it
I
comes
mean, they
down
come up
to.
with some shit.
Yeah, we do.
Well, at least you
good-
guys are working, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's cool. You guys worried about the whole what have yous that's going around? I don't.
You know,
I don't see.
I try not to worry about things that are beyond my control. It's
Right.
about
Good.
where-
That's a good way. Yeah, for sure.
Like if something happens, then I guess I'll deal with it as it comes. You know, that's about all we can do, right?
That's what I do too, man. It's like, but I have my roommates like in the hospital right now, not for any of this COVID shit, but the hospitals are empty, completely empty, everywhere,
Oh, really?
everywhere. If you go online, just look up empty hospitals and stuff on YouTube. Everywhere, all around the world, empty, empty, empty. So just so you know, in case you were watching TV and they were showing you something else, I mean, people are getting sick in certain spots as it is cold and flu season, yada, yada. 80,000 people died last year in the U.S. alone.
From
But
cold and flu.
you know, 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds.
Right.
And that's all that's going down now, really. But yeah, just, you know, throwing it out there, check it out, because
Oh yeah, they're making all sorts of ruckus over this one that its numbers aren't as high as some of the other things you've run into.
yeah, not even close. And they're downgrading it in the UK and all this stuff, but they're still,
Really?
yeah, they're still freaking out. And it's like, one guy Trump had a press conference and one of his guys was up talking and he called it. He's like, yeah, we're in the middle of a live exercise right now. And they all kind of looked at him and it's like, I don't know, exercise are we in? Interesting. Anyways,
Interesting. Yeah. Very.
just not seeing it. I don't know anybody.
Yeah. You know, people will freak out over whatever you give them to freak out over. It's
Won't they, man?
comes
They're just
down
stuck
to.
to their TVs, man. That's crazy.
They're stuck to their TVs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah,
that's their reality.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, go out and look, go to a hospital, there's nobody there. And they're like looking at me, blinking like, no, on TV, man, it's crazy. It's like, no, get in your car, go to the damn hospital and look, there's nobody there. I mean, I
Right.
had to, my roommate's basically dying and I had to fight to get him in. They threw him back out one day and I ended up taking him right back to the emergency room the next day. They had a truck, they had an electrician there blocking the entrance to the emergency room, just parked off somewhere. I had to back into the emergency room and I'm like, there's a truck like blocking the entrance and the nurse is just like, oh yeah, he's gonna move. And I'm just like, isn't there some,
Isn't this an emergency?
Exactly.
I understand he might be working. But
Right.
still, like,
I mean, he wasn't sitting in his van, with the engine running or anything. He was gone and parked.
crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Anyway, I just thought I'd ask. I'm not coming after you guys.
Yeah, man, and I'm always happy to chat with people about it, tell them what I know about it. But as far as like I got a buddy that's super against the 5G rollout just because, I don't know, humans have a way of jumping into things before we fully understand them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at with it. I know that a lot of signals are dictated by the inverse square.
Inverse square law.
Yeah, that
Yep. Well, all light, everything is
right,
inverse square law.
And so that's the theory, is like by the time that gets over to your house, that the signal is depleted enough.
Yeah, every time you double the distance, you cut the power by a quarter,
right,
by 4 times.
Yep, exactly.
I don't know about that. Yeah, there's a lot of places in, Bandit, Israel Bandit, Switzerland Bandit, Spain Bandit.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
And it's not just because they're scared. It's, there's real type papers and stuff that, anyway.
It's documented, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So it's a little spooky.
yeah, there are so many companies are so bottom line driven,
All of them.
That's all they fucking care about is, who cares if it's messing people up down 10 years down the road. They're a lot of the shit's very short-sighted, and yeah, it's just kind of one of those fucking things where it's like, I just don't. I should know more about it because I do it so much, but at some point it's just
You're like, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. It's my job. I just
right.
want to go do my work and go home and not
get out
think
of it.
about this stupid shit anymore.
Cool. Totally understandable. All right, man. Well, have a good day. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah. It's
right?
not a bad day to be outside working. That's
exactly. Get some sun. It's good for you. Everyone's inside, and it's like, sun's good for you. It keeps you healthy.
It kills viruses.
It does. It kills bacteria and everything. Sunlight, best disinfectant. Haven't heard of that?
It's so strange being around the city, there's nobody around.
It's kind of wild, huh?
Cool. It's like we were downtown, and I was like, man, this is so different from my normal experience down here.
Totally. Well, thanks for chatting with me, guys. Have a great day.
Nice chatting with you.
All right, man. We're working in my neighborhood. People got to work, man. These are family businesses, and there's Jody. Hi, Jody. It's the sister of my dog who passed away 3 weeks ago. Hi, Jody. What you doing? You miss your brother? I miss your brother. They're working back here, and kind of in this industrial area. Here's my dog's buried here. Put him down 4 feet or so. I got some stuff on here. I'm planting some flowers on him that I got. His name was Wilson. Wilson, my boy. He got out, man. He's like, people are gonna start wanting to eat me or something. Shit's going down. I'm gone. I'm done. Woo, Jody. Right on, everybody. Yeah, 5G.